My 43rd, my 44th, 45th, 46th, my 48th Raider game in a row.
Well, we all know there are some rabid characters in Raider Nation, but one man is trying to take his fandom to record-breaking levels. And that is Brian Fowler, a Raiders superfan who goes by All In Autumn Wind. And he joins us now from Southern California. Now, Brian, we ran into each other at training camp, and you explained to me that you've been to a fair share of Raiders games here in Las Vegas, but now you're trying to break the Guinness Book World Record for the most NFL games attended in one season. So what gave you this idea?
Well, thanks for having me, Nick. I really appreciate it. You're looking sharp. So yeah, I've been to the last 56 games in a row over the last 3 years, and I've been vlogging the whole experience. I was really trying to capture the Raider Nation experience the night before a game, the tailgate, and during the game, of course. And it's been absolutely wonderful. I've met so many Raider fans across the country. And last year was a little tough with our record, right? We only saw 4 wins, and that was a little difficult. And I think this offseason, I just thought I wanted to do something more. I wanted to do something bigger. And a couple of years ago, I had seen a post about a world record, and that popped in my mind. I said, you know what? I think it's time. So the record is most NFL games attended in a regular season, and the current record is 33 games, and I'm shooting for over 50 games. So every Thursday, Sunday, and Monday, I'll be traveling all over the country for the next 4 months. It's going to be great.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm here in Kansas City.
This all-in autumn win, the fact that you're going to hit 50 games this year, that just shows me how much you love football.
Today is the day that I officially start my Guinness World Record attempt. Want to give you the rundown on my week 1 schedule. Starting in Philly, Cowboys-Eagles. On Sunday, I'll be at the Raiders-Patriots game in New England. And then Monday, I'm going to wrap it up with the game in Chicago.
Well, your hat is very fitting because you're obviously going all in on this expedition that I'm sure will have to be cross-country. What are the logistics like for this mission?
A lot harder than I initially realized, actually. Now that I've started booking flights, I have most of the season booked, and it's pretty insane. There's a lot of red eyes that I'll be taking. I might sleep in a few airports, and I'm also trying to come back to LA, to my home, to still spend time with my wife. Because I'm not just staying out from Thursday to Monday. I'll go to a Thursday game and I'll come back on Friday morning, and then I'll do the Sunday-Monday game and come back Tuesday morning. So it's constant travel throughout the whole season, 18 weeks.
I want to share with you my full schedule in all its glory. Take a look at this. 50 games for the next 4 months.
Well, Brian, to go to over 50 NFL games in a single regular season, I'm guessing you're a pretty big football fan. Tell me about how your Raider football fandom came to be.
I love it. I love football. I mean, it's just a perfect sport. The whole setup. The Sunday is such an experience. Of course, you get the preview on Thursday night, and you get that little extra bit on Monday. It's great for television. The fan culture is amazing. I grew up an LA Raider fan, actually. Growing up in the Central Valley of California, right in the middle, you were either a 49ers fan or a Raider fan. That's just the way it was. And, so I grew up Raiders, Dodgers, Lakers, and the Raiders have moved a couple of times, but I haven't. I'm still with them through and through. My first game was in the LA Coliseum against the Chargers, and then I went to a lot of games in Oakland. And, once they moved to Vegas, the first season, COVID, we didn't get to experience. But in 2021, I started going to games. And something changed in 21 because I started traveling to away games for the first time. I'd really only been in games in the Bay or LA or San Diego. Those games were fantastic in San Diego, by the way. But I went to some Midwest games in 2021. It was Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indianapolis. That Cincinnati playoff game a few years ago was amazing. And what I saw was Raider Nation was there. And it wasn't just California and Nevada fans coming out. It was people who lived there. I talked to like a grandfather and his son who were from West Virginia, but they were diehard Raider fans. And it went back to, Plunkett or Flores or Madden, Stabler, and they're still their family, each generation, and still Raider fans. And that got me really, really excited. And after the 2021 season, I just felt like more people need to see this. More people in California and Nevada who can't go to road games need to see this experience. And that's really what was driving me to do this mission.
Well, clearly Brian is a Raiders season ticket holder to be going to this many games here in Las Vegas and also going to away games as well. Brian, you've been able to see firsthand how the transition to Las Vegas has gone, going to 56 straight games. What do you make of the Raiders' fit here in this city and its growing fan base as Allegiant Stadium tries to fit more silver and black fans instead of the colors of opposing teams?
It's really a hot topic, isn't it? I mean, you know, a move for any team is not easy, and there's pros and cons. The stadium in Oakland was very old. There were a lot of issues with it, and when you compare it to Allegiant, there's no question. I was talking with Lincoln Kennedy last night, former Raider. He's a stud, and you know, he was talking about, hey, that place was pretty old and run down, but the thing about Allegiant is Allegiant's our home. We're not sharing it. You know, we don't have a baseball field on our football field anymore. And so it is our home now. And it does feel very Raiders when you walk through the halls and you see those pictures of Hall of Famers who wore the silver and black. It is really amazing to be in Allegiant Stadium. I love that stadium. You know, then people get to comparing the tailgates and the turnout. And there's no doubt Oakland tailgates were insane. I mean, they were like Mad Max movies. It was smoke and armor and, you know, who knows what was happening in those tailgates. But it was crazy, and that was a great atmosphere. It is different, but there's a ton of fans here. It is growing, which is great. And I meet so many Raider fans now that, you know, ask, what's your name, where are you from? That's usually my first question. And, you know, I'm from right here in Las Vegas. So that's amazing to see. I love the fact that the Golden Knights came in first. You know, I think really getting a pro team, and then the Raiders. Now the A's coming soon, right? So it's definitely building. And the great thing is that all of the California fans, they're so loyal. They're still there. They might not be able to go to every game. You know, coming out to Vegas might be a little harder for people in the Bay or in the surrounding areas, but still faithful, you know.
Brian Fowler, super fan for the Raiders, named All-In Autumn Wind, is trying to go on a very hefty feat of going to over 50 NFL games this regular season. What kind of reception have you gotten from Raiders fans? Because I'm sure a lot of people say, well, it's easier said than done, but you should do it and go all out and go live your dreams. What has the reception been like from Raider Nation for you?
It's been remarkable. It's been better than I imagined. I think a lot of people are really excited for me to do this and are supporting. I have people reaching out, asking what they can do, how they can help. And I really appreciate that, because it is going to be difficult. And the current record holder, it's actually two women who did the record together, going to 33 games. And one of the best parts is they're Chargers fans, so I get to beat a Chargers record, so that helps.
The Southern California rivalry runs deep. Well, listen, I'm sure a lot of Raider fans would want to see your journey cross-country trying to break this record. Where can they follow you, Brian?
Yeah, you can find me at All In Autumn Wind, just like the hat. On YouTube, I post long-form videos, and I'll be making videos of each game experience, each tailgate. The very first game is Cowboys-Eagles in Philadelphia, and that's the Eagles, you know, Super Bowl celebration game. And then Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, I post a lot of shorts and reels there of, 1-minute experiences and interactions with fans. So I'm going to be doing that throughout the whole season, and it's going to involve a lot more of the NFL, which I'm really excited about.
Well, every Thursday, Sunday, Monday, maybe some holidays in between, I'm sure you can find Brian Fowler at a football game somewhere in America. Brian, we wish you the best in this mission, and thank you so much for the time.
I appreciate it. I'll have to check in with you later in the season and tell you how it's going.
No